Atletico smack Real in the Madrid Derby. This was a great performance by Atleti. It was kind of funny because coming into this game, Madrid's been unbeaten. They've looked amazing. They've beat anything that's been in front of them so far. They've been very good in La Liga, by far the best team in the league, even better than Barca. And Atletico, I guess you can say they were the complete opposite. Form was all over the place. They were drawing games and losing games that they shouldn't have. People were talking about Simeone out. Maybe it's time for a change. And these last, I guess, week or so, they've been able to change things around. Obviously winning the Champions. And this performance against Real at home in the Wanda Metropolitano, man, that's one of those performances that you gotta stand up and applaud, bro. Because that was, Atletico literally played them off the park. It wasn't even like, especially in that second half, man. But starting with the first half, Madrid just looked asleep. They looked like they weren't ready for the game. Maybe the game was too early for them. I don't know what it was, but they looked like they were not ready. And Atleti players were. The whole crowd was behind them. They had all the flags around the stadium, man. It was a great environment for them. And Atleti took advantage of Madrid being asleep. I think it was Giuliano Simeone. He put a cross in. La Norman, no one really jumped with him. It was an easy header, and from that close, Courtois couldn't do anything. So it was one step to Atleti. But then Madrid being Madrid, Aussie, they have quality. They're always going to get something, either a goal or something out of the game, right? They have too much quality. Arda Güler plays a great pass to Mbappe. And Mbappe right now, the form he is on, great finish past Oblak in the bottom corner. And it's tied 1-1, just like that. It was like his first touch of the game as well. Just boom, bottom corner in. Then, 6 minutes later, Vinny does what Vinny does. Going down the touchline, he's able to bring two defenders to him, cuts back, plays a great ball to Arda Güler. And what a first-time finish by Arda Güler, bro. That goal right there shows Madrid's quality, especially Güler's quality. To hit that first time and get such good contact on it, Oblak had no chance. And shout out to Vinny. That's like classic Vinny play. Go down the touchline, beat your man, put in a good ball in, just boom. And after that, you're like, oh man, they had their time to be ahead in the game, but they lost it. Now it's just going to be Real's game for the rest of the game. They're going to probably score one or two more. 2-1. And the goals were so quality, and they came out of nothing almost. But that was not the case. Atleti did not let up when I thought they were. I feel like Atleti sides from before would have let up. But I don't know. This Atleti side has a chip on their shoulder. Maybe it's because they started the season off on a shaky start and they wanted to prove a point. But they kept on fighting, man. Their equalizer came through Sorloth. And Sorloth, he's been quietly been one of Atleti's best players ever since they signed him last season. I think he's obviously it's been Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez is a star. But Sorloth has had very good contributions to this Atleti team. And he's able to get a goal back. It's just too easy, man. It's too easy. I don't know what Dean Huijsen and Alvaro Paredes are doing, bro. It's too easy. A simple ball into the box from Koke. A simple header from Sorloth. And it's 2-2 going into the break. Now, the second half starts. I was watching this and I was like, it can go either way. But I was completely wrong. It was completely all Atleti in the second half. Madrid did not show up. It's like they felt like they already did enough and they were going to get a goal. It's like they're like, oh, we're Real Madrid. We're going to get a goal eventually. They were playing so passive. And Atleti was all over them. High intensity, energy. The second half was not even a competition. And Atleti is eventually able to take the lead once again. Look, penalties, they're always going to be a talking point. Was it not? I don't know. Look, Arda Güler shouldn't be sticking his leg up in that position. That's kind of like, I know it's like a last ditch defending in a way, but you have to be positioned better. You have to be positioned better in that area. And I know Arda Güler's not a defender, right? But he shouldn't be sticking his leg up that high. But he did clear the ball before, I think it was Nico Gonzalez got his head to it. So I thought it was kind of harsh to give a penalty, but I can see why it was a penalty. I don't know. That's one of the ones that's like in the air. But I don't know. I think I'm leaning more towards it being a penalty just because it was a high kick and he did make contact with his head. They do call some high kicks and they don't even make contact with the head and they still call a high kick. I think the whole notion of a penalty, you always feel like it's supposed to be like a hard foul, a nasty challenge, but that's not always the case. He did hit him in the head. Although he did clear it, I thought it was kind of lousy defending by Arda Güler in that position. So I understand why the ref gave the penalty. And the man on form, one of the best players in the world right now, Julian Alvarez steps up, and you had no doubt. You had no doubt he's going to slot it. Courtois almost got a hand to it, but he shot it with so much power. And he gets his goal, and he does this Spider-Man celebration. I hope Atleti was able to do some sort of like Spider-Man collab, maybe when the next Spider-Man comes out, like they did like 20 years ago. Because it would be so sick to see Julian Alvarez in a Atleti Spider-Man jersey. That would be fire. If that goal goes in, it's still Atleti. All Atleti. They keep on attacking. They keep on having possession. They keep on having dangerous chances. No, Julian Alvarez is so good. And one thing I wanted to know, Julian Alvarez does everything for this team. He plays up top. Sometimes you'll see him on like the wing. He takes free kicks, takes penalties, he takes corners. He does everything. It's like when you're playing like a my career mode in like FIFA, and you put your player to do every single thing on the team because you want to get like a good rating. He does everything, bro. Everything. I'm like, they don't have anyone else to do this. I mean, he's such a quality player, and he's so good at set pieces. So I understand why. But it's just funny to see like your main guy, your strikers, pretty much taking everything for you. I don't know. It's funny. It reminds me of like when Harry Kane was taking corners for England, that one tournament. Going back to the game, Julian Alvarez is one of the best free kick takers currently in the world. His efficiency from free kicks to get it up and over the wall, it's amazing, bro. Top 5 free kick takers in the world right now. Maybe even top 3, top 2, and not 2. What's up for that free kick? I'm like, he's scoring this. He's scoring this, bro. You just see the one he scored in midweek in the Champions League. He's doing it again. And what do you know it? He does it in the Madrid Derby in front of the Atleti fans, hits it, and Courtois could not do anything about it. Even the mighty Thibaut Courtois could not save that. Julian Alvarez right now, he's on the form of his life. He is a superstar. He is a superstar. And I know a lot of people are saying that he's too good for Atletico, and I can see that, right? Because this Atleti team, this is probably their best performance of the season so far, of course. But it's not good enough to compete for like the Champions League or La Liga. And I feel like Julian Alvarez needs to be on a team who's doing that because he's that good. So we'll see what happens in the future. But right now, he's an Atleti player. He's an amazing player. And he's really breaking into being a superstar. Probably a top 10 player in the world right now. It's 4-2, complete control. And Mbappe is pretty much the only one that's trying to do and create anything for Real Madrid. And since they don't really have like a number 9, they have so many attackers on the pitch. They bring in Rodrigo, they bring in Gonzalo Garcia, they bring in all these players, but they just can't create anything. They just pass around at these block, and they just don't do anything. They don't do anything, and it's almost like they're scared to put in a ball into the box because they know none of their attackers are gonna win a header against Atleti's defenders. No. Just before the game ends, my GOAT, Antoine Griezmann, after wearing the commemorative Atleti jersey. I think they dropped this a year or 2 years ago to celebrate their 150 years as a club. My GOAT, Antoine Griezmann, comes on, and all you Twitter haters, all you hating on him, I know 22 games with no goal in La Liga is crazy, especially for his quality, and he's getting older. That's kind of like an excuse, but 22 games with no goal is kind of crazy. But in the base game of Atleti's season so far, he comes on and he shushes the haters, bro. What a cool, composed finish. Bottom corner, pass to Courtois. And you can see how much that means to him and all the Atleti squad. All the bench comes over, runs up to him, gives him a big hug. And I'm just glad he was able to break his goal-scoring drought in La Liga and against Real Madrid in the derby. 5-2. Great win by Atleti. And Real Madrid, this just shows there's still cracks. Like, yes, they went undefeated, but that does not mean they're the best team in the world, right? They still have cracks from last season creeping into this season. Their defense is still shaky. It's gonna make them go back to the drawing board. It's gonna be interesting to see how they bounce back from this, because they definitely bounce back from this. I don't know who they play in the Champions League this week, but they better put in a good performance. For Atletico, hopefully they can build off this win. Julian Alvarez is not stopping anytime soon, and maybe they can build off this win, get a couple more wins, be more consistent in La Liga, and challenge Barca Madrid. We'll see. That's gonna do it all for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.